So I'm going to start out with, because I sort of felt like, oh, we're doing it on a different day. We're kind of almost felt like starting over again, although not exactly. But so there were some poems about words and about writing that I picked out again today. And this one is called As They Are by Barbara McKerney. And what if my words, my fledgling poems, were children, were toddlers trying first steps, tumbling, skinning knees, squealing with glee, splashing mud, making a mess, discovering themselves? Would I hold them at arm's distance, disown them, hide them, say what I imagine others will think, that after all, they really aren't very good? And could that be a way of protecting them, shielding, holding back? I know the mockery odd children can face. Instead, could I let them ramble along weedy paths only they know? Lean close to hear them whisper secrets. Learn what they need from me. Could I love them as they are? Give them room to grow, a chance to shine. So just as an introduction to our poem making together today, just once again reminding us, let whatever comes through us come through us. I always hope for each of us there will be some surprise, some deepening, some entry into maybe something that we didn't even think about yet today or in these times. And I'm actually finding that these sessions are doing that for me. One of the poems that I played with last week, I was able to work on some more. So that's being fun as well. So we'll go around and do our brief introductions of name, where we are physically in the world right now, and one image that you could pull up that could describe how you're feeling this morning. I think my image for this morning is there are these paintings on the fence of my little garden outside of my little office at the back of my house. And so it's just this image of a old wooden fence with paintings that just be in the weather and change as the weather changes them. So with the hope that some of these words and poems that we find, that we listen to and that we find in ourselves can provide some healing. This is a poem called The Remedies by Joseph Bruckach, who is a Native American elder poet. And so as always, I just ask you to listen for a word or a line or an image that might really resonate for you, surprise you, give you something today. The remedies. Half on the earth, half in the heart. The remedies for all the things which grieve us. Wait for those who know the words to use to find them. Penobscot people used to make a medicine for cancer from May apple. And South American people knew the quinine cure for malaria 1,000 years ago. But it is not just in the roots, the stems, the leaves, the 1,000 flowers that healing lies. Half of it lives within the words the healer speaks. And when the final time has come for one to leave this earth, there are no cures, for death is only part of life, not a disease. Half on the earth, half in the heart. The remedies for all our pains wait for the songs of healing. I think I'll read this one more time. Half on the earth, half in the heart. The remedies for all the things which grieve us wait for those who know the words to use to find them. Penobscot people used to make a medicine for cancer from May apple. And South American people knew the quinine cure for malaria 1,000 years ago. But it is not just in the roots, the stems, the leaves, the 1,000 flowers that healing lies. Half of it lives within the words the healer speaks. And when the final time has come for one to leave this earth, there are no cures, for death is only part of life, not a disease. Half on the earth, half in the heart, the remedies for all our pains wait for the songs of healing. So I'm wondering what phrases or images or words jump out at you from this poem.
I'll go. Half in the heart, half in the earth.
Within the words the healer speaks.
These, the remedies for all our pains.
Not just in the roots, the stems, the leaves, the 1,000 flowers that healing lies.
Wait for the songs of healing.
So I'm going to suggest as a prompt that we can either use the remedies are ... or healing lies in ... Or as always, if there's a word or another line that is really potent for you, use that as your jumping off points. But otherwise, the remedies are, or healing lies in, and we'll do a 5-minute write. So, starting now. So, wondering if someone's willing to share what came through them in that writing. The words that wait for those who know how to find the healings. Thank you, Don, just for saying that, because it feels like each week we are all giving each other some amount of healing from whatever these words are that come through us. And I just so appreciate it from everyone. I'm going to read one more poem for today. It's a little bit longer than the poems I usually read, but it's just felt like an important poem. This poem called Affirmation by Asada Shakur. And as you've noticed, when I sent the poems this week, I also sent a little bit of information about who these poets are. Because, you know, so often we hear a name and we have no idea who this person is, when they lived, what their poems were about. And, you know, to understand that this woman was imprisoned probably for something that a crime she never committed, and ended up having to be in asylum in Cuba. And still she can write this poem, Affirmation. I believe in living. I believe in the spectrum of beta days and gamma people. I believe in sunshine, in windmills and waterfalls, tricycles and rocking chairs. And I believe that seeds grow into sprouts, and sprouts grow into trees. I believe in the magic of the hands and in the wisdom of the eyes. I believe in rain and tears and in the blood of infinity. I believe in life, and I have seen the death parade march through the torso of the earth, sculpting mud bodies in its path. I have seen the destruction of the daylight and seen bloodthirsty maggots prayed to and saluted. I have seen the kind become the blind, and the blind become the bind in one easy lesson. I have walked on cut glass. I have eaten crow and blunder bread and breathed the stench of indifference. I have been locked by the lawless, handcuffed by the haters, gagged by the greedy. And if I know anything at all, it's that a wall is just a wall and nothing more at all. It can be broken down. I believe in living. I believe in birth. I believe in the sweat of love and in the fire of truth. And I believe that a lost ship, steered by tired seasick sailors, can still be guided home to port. That last line for me of I believe that a lost ship can still be guided home to port.
The blood of infinity.
A wall is just a wall.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen the kind become the blind.
Mm.
So I'd love us to use I believe in as our prompt for this next write. I believe in. And we'll write for 4 minutes. Would someone like to read?
I wondered if you wanted to read, Redwing. Am I allowed?
Sure. Although, of course, I have a caveat too of like, I feel like I didn't get to where I really wanted to get as I started writing. But what I wrote is, I believe in the power of earth, the blood of our ancestors trickling through time, through veins of spiritual beings one by one, as they come and go in and out of human bodies.
Would you read it again?
I believe in the power of earth, the blood of our ancestors trickling through time, through veins of spiritual beings one by one, as they come and go in and out of human bodies.
Trickling through veins of spiritual. Wait, I didn't get that right, but trickling through time.
Yeah, trickling, the blood trickling through time.
It's like another one of those sets of waves, like Sue's waves.
Mm.
You know, the heartbeat of that.
Thanks. One of my favorite all-time quotes is from the philosopher Teilhard de Chardin, who said, "We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience." And I always feel that. So thank you all for saying what you have to say, leaving the roots, leaving the dirt, rising to the skies and believing in the stars. It's just, I'm just constantly touched at how remarkable it is to be together for a short time and let words come through us and transform us and be this gift for all of us. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much for showing up. And I hope Tuesdays will work out in June. We will go back to Fridays in July. There just seemed to be something about closing the week with the poetry that works. But for now, we're not even quite midweek, but here we are, and it's always a healing. Thank you all for being here. I love it, Dawn, that there's this connection to Nadine. Like, it's just okay. There's all the threads that create this web of words around the world. So may this bring healing for each of us as we continue on through the week. And for your memorial ceremony online tomorrow, Dawn, we will hold that weeping willow image. And for everyone in the work we're doing in the world, be safe and remember these moments of believing in ourselves that we need to continue on. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I will hopefully see you again next week.